Hi Edgar, hi everyone. I don't own the rights to the music. TikTok, Facebook, I don't own the rights to the music. Today is a happy day, guys. Hi Edgar. Share TikTok. We get started when we reach 1,000 likes. Call the people. It's a happy day today, guys. We are playing a Zambia Army song, Defense. I don't own the rights to the music, so let me just share. Mukasungane Zambia, we know. Mukasungane Zambia. Welcome Facebook. We are live both on Facebook and TikTok. Yes, we are live on Facebook and TikTok. Send some likes. We'll get started. I see you, Mama Emily. I see you, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, everybody. Facebook, welcome. Share. Welcome, Prince Dabs Undercover. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're just playing music as we wait for people to join. Topics today, PF Reunites. What is your take? For me, I am really excited. Munia Zulu is going to be arraigned tomorrow. The verdict is tomorrow for the second case. So that is a sad thing. And also the lies that we have to deal with. Yeah, so share, guys. Invite people. Zambia, we know. Mutende ngashi, mtungwa, mwikala patalala, mwina patalalika. Mulukane Zambia hande when Zambia, we know. Mukasungane, Zambia, we know. Hey Tuku, hey Tuku, Mutagatili Mulawanda Gaga, Memo, Delane, Zambia, Mutu, Mugalelane.
One Zambia, one nation will forever be your motto. Remain united as one, created in God's image. And above all, remember, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Zambia, we know. Mukasungane, 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 Zambia, we know. Mweo andinalisalo kuwambela bayawe. Sakatile mwa bombeni. Nangunaya ndefaya le sakatile mwa bombeni. Ndefaya le sakatile mwa bombeni. Nangunaya ndefaya le sakatile mwa bombeni. Ndefaya le sakatile mwa bombeni. Yes, yes, I'm having coffee by Chris Zulu. Welcome everybody. By TikTok, what's happening? Tamlek tap on my screen yapa. Hi, Don Oscar, I see you. Welcome, people. Today is another day. A lot happening. A lot happening. Tuku, good to see you. Good evening, wherever you're watching us from. Send some likes, share the video. I know a lot of people are live, but if you share the video, people can watch when they have time. Otherwise, we are here. Akunakulala. Yes, guys. So, Don Oscar, can you join using your page? Can you watch using your page so I can add you? It's trying to add you, but it's not adding you. So we are talking, it's a good day. PF is reunited. Chabinga expelled. Good riddance, you know. Chabinga expelled. Munir is going to court tomorrow. Don Oscar, if you can try to request to joining using your page, I think maybe it will add you. Let me try again. Yeah. So about TikTok, I'm a tap. Let's get to 1,000 before we get started. Good evening, by Isaac. Good evening. Today is Labor Day. I forgot about it because, you know, Labor Day today. Labor Day, but in Zambia, it's saying unable to add you, Don Oscar. So if you can watch me on your page that you created, and let's see if I can try and add you from your page, or you can come to TikTok. We are live on both TikTok and Facebook. So today is Labor Day. I'm just like, okay. And then the other thing, the lies we saw, there's a big story going on with the Catholic versus the government about lies. So we're going to talk about the lies. You know, we can't be, yes, change from switch where you're watching me from that account, switch where you're watching me from. Yes. So there is a lies, the Catholic versus the UPND government. I think Don Oscar, you'll be the right person to talk about that. But you know, the good news is the unity in PF. We are so happy. It's been long overdue. We need to get in gear for 2026. We need to get in gear. Yes, the mighty PF is back. We need PF because it's the largest opposition. If PF is intact, then we are good to go. Yes, we have been praying for this reconciliation between PF, the two PF factions. So yeah. So the reconciliation is going to happen, has happened. So we are going to kolopa.com. 2026, nikolopa.com. So I'm just going to play a song to celebrate the unity. Kolopa.com. Tuka kolopa mu 2026. If this also fipiango fiposa. Nikolopa.com mwevantu 2026 chawama. I don't own the rights to the music. I don't own the rights to the music. But it's a game of a do or die. I say proudly Zambia, and I'm trying to add you. It's not allowing, so maybe you can just come to TikTok. We are live on TikTok as well. I don't know what's wrong with this. Yeah. So, yep. It cannot to add you, so we are okay. You can join on TikTok. Yes, so we are live, guys. Share. A lot to talk about today. Okay, guys. So how are you? Thanks. Hey, Abdul, welcome. So we are live on TikTok and we are live on TikTok and Facebook. I don't own the rights to the music. Welcome everybody. Share. We are only at 500 likes. But TikTok, can you tap the screen? We get started at 1,000 likes. I'm waiting for Donoska. Donoska, if you can join me on TikTok, because I would like you to comment on this, the statement that the Catholic issued about the government, that somebody told some lies. I don't want to say because I don't really know who told lies, but about Donoska, we would like you to join us on TikTok. Share, guys. We have a lot to talk about. We are running a panel on TikTok. So if you want to speak, to participate in the conversation, TikTok has no restrictions. Anyone can join the panel. But on Facebook, we have problems adding people into the panel. So welcome, Donoska. Welcome, Petra, Undercover, Abdul. Welcome. What are your opening remarks? We'll start from the top, Abdul. What are your opening remarks?
Greetings to everyone.
Can you speak up a little bit? You sound faint, because we have Facebook on the other side too.
I just want to greet you this evening with our time zone here in Zambia. It's 22 p.m. The atmosphere here in Zambia for our supporters of the Patriot Front, the Pro-Poor Party, the party for the poor people today has come together, and we are very happy here. It's a moment that we've been praying for. It's a moment that we've been waiting for, and we are very happy. And it's a disappointment to that person who was inside, who was saying, he's the one who is sponsoring confusion. Now, I believe now he has been put to shame.
Thank you. Our Undercover opening remarks.
Thank you very much for everyone. Thank you, Father, for the good job well done. So far, we are able to see that people are really working. So we just want to see what will happen to the member of parliament whom they have notified the seat, what will happen, the judgment that will come. And also, we are looking forward after this transition, where Mount Sampaz handed the PF to the legitimate president, we'll see how it goes. But otherwise, tonight, we're going to see a lot, we're going to talk a lot. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone that is on the panel.
Thank you. Undercover, a bit low. Petra, welcome. Your opening remarks.
Thank you, Queen Pumi, for welcoming me on your platform. But for now, I'm sorry, I won't say much. I'm at work. I'll request you to add me when I'm in a position to speak. But I'll continue listening to the live. And I just want to encourage everyone who's here to please contribute positively, because this is one platform where we can come and talk about the issues that are happening in our country and see the way forward, which will be good for the good of our country and not just a certain group of people. Otherwise, thank you very much. For now, Queen Pumi, you can drop me. I'll just be following, just in case there are people who want to follow, because I won't be able to speak. I'm at work. I'm actually in the same place as you, just in a different.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you tuning in despite being at work. Don Oscar, welcome. Opening remarks.
Thank you very much. I think, of course, two things which are very important today. What has happened in Burkina Faso, the empathy, the support of the Burkinabe to this young legend, this young president, the support that he has, and the support coming from all over the world. Even here where I'm coming from, there is a support. It's amazing that also the Italians now, they are talking about these young people. They are going on their pages, and they are, all of them. It's rare that an Italian opens a page and says, look at this young man from Africa, what he is doing. It's amazing. It's amazing. You look at them, you go and listen on their pages. They are all surprised. It's like the young man has come from a different planet. And they're also asking, this is what we were expecting from the Africans, because they have their freedoms, they have their land. Why don't they take charge of their land? And they are so amazed. So that's the first thing. The second one, of course, is what has happened in Zambia. I am very much surprised. I could not see it coming so soon that Mao Sampa would go back to the PF and hand over the presidency to ECL. It was amazing to see how people were jubilating about this incident, this story. I too, as I've just alluded to, I was so amazed. I was surprised. I would say, I have to accept. I was surprised, also because I remain with a point of I remain with a light doubt. Is the government going to allow these things to happen? Is the UPND government going to accept Mao Sampa's idea and the decision to say, now I've come back to my senses, I think I'm giving back the party to President ECL because he is the candidate for the next elections. So the question for me remains, is the UPND government going to accept what has happened today? Otherwise, it's amazing. It's a beautiful story. When there is a reconciliation, I think that's what we need. And that's what the opposition leaders yesterday, they were saying. They said, Hakainde Chilima, we have written many letters to him. He has not answered to us. And their request was, can we sit down on the round table? We discuss national matters. We are opposition, but we're also the government in waiting. So why can't you allow us to sit down on the table and discuss how we can lower the tension in the country? There is too much tension in the country. From Burkina Faso, happy people in France who are protesting in favor of Traoré, happy, playing drums, chanting, whistling, dancing. People in the UK, they were there.
Hello? I'm on live. Who's this? Oh my, you're not allowing to be in the live. Not allowing to be in my mouth. Oh, can I talk to the nine? Happy birthday, mom. Happy birthday. Enjoy to Alalanda. Okay, thank you.
Anyway, those are my first words. First of all, thank you very much.
Thank you. So today is a good day. You know, we have our topics. If you're just joining us, first topic is the reconciliation of PF. That is a big thing. Another topic is this thing happening in Burkina Faso in West Africa. And somebody threatened me in the comments. She said, somebody wrote in my comments to say, if you read now some apali Ibrahim Traore. Yeah, not kwena. And I sat and I thought, I'm like, you know, in Zambia, that's why we can't go anywhere. Umwenso akwachi umuntu nomba amba nokulanta threaten yatiwe, you'll be deported yukomlandu now somewhere. Okay, n'abasungu abene n'abatemwa pafire ekitika ngene wa ku Africa nkani okutemwa mwemwe bantu bakwalisa if we kumadala ndoko twafuma kuli emitoto shesu shabuko ama documents yonse obatupera kuno bali bikapo country of origin Zambia. So nomba ifisu mafile chitika, this is long overdue. File chitika ku West Africa is therefore to ale I expect Monsen to Ngurushi mu Africa to do that. All the leaders in Africa, independence, we expected to do that. We expected them, and which KK did. KK did what Traore is doing, but somewhere along the line, Babantu Bali are entangled. Bali Ruba direction. People have been entangled, but you know what Traore Shalechta. And many people, when they got independence, that was the way to go. When many African countries got independence, Bakaunda, I'm not going to mention the names, we all know the patriotic leaders. About share independence. Vision yakwa Traore, te yakwe. Traore yakwe tefe courage to continue. It's like this journey has started a long time ago. It's a journey spanning 400 years. That's why this thing is big. That's why Olobanka Kapano, Chawama Banka Kafi. Because other people, in a fight here to let under Poparilero. Here I am 400 years ago. Our ancestors were very freed up. So who am I not to die for a struggle that is spanning 400 years? Who am I not to die? Who are you not to die when other people have died for a struggle that started 400 years? People died like animals in this struggle. Ibrahim, no, let's put facts straight yapa. To make yama facts straight. Inkondo yayambire 400 years ago.
abantu kula basenda mu macheni balefira mu mpanga bambifina mafya balya nga walwala kukusha pampanga nga bababika mu mabwato walwala pabwato palya kukuposera pamenshi fimasa bifya kulya kulioko bafika kuno kuma country konsokola bale batwala. You know the story. It's a 400-year-old story. And the people like KK and many other freedom fighters managed to do important things. That's why to left for war. We are upset. Some of us it's a deep struggle. It is deep. It is not shallow. We need to educate some of you. It's not about the government that we have in Zambia today. The government that we have in Zambia today got nothing on the struggle that Africa is facing. It got nothing because the battle we are facing is 400-year-old battle. And Uria Ibrahim Traore is a man who has risen like Abena KK, Abena Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe, Abena Nkumbula Eba Imine. And Ibrahim has stood with his ancestors. But some of you, Pali promise. We have to be factual here. No one is telling lies. Mwadishi shaba nenu pama promises. Baya pay kungo pali promise. Elo baisa mkulira. Atuaipa umunensu. You must know by youth, and maybe some of you have forgotten what really this whole the big deal about Ibrahim is a big deal, because it's a 400-year-old fight. Tayambi derero. Yayambi 400 years ago yabaishe mkusenda babruru besu. Info mushesoro shambiro kula shabantu babo mubusha. That's when it started. And now mu Africa not kwata twali kwata ma leaders aba kwata mano kwati baje shiriemfu mushakale ishale tisha abantu babo mubusha. Tulina bena mu Africa. And we are fighting. Ululubuli wakale. Everybody apapakati, you know, somehow ba monika kwacha bene abayambiro kula senda abantu mubusha sama kwati bale wina. These people, it seems like they have been winning. These people, it seems like they have been winning. Our ancestors, we have a caliber. We have a caliber of African leaders. Abakwata mentality na personality na caliber. Abaliko 400 years ago. Abalebulama abantu babo subjects. Balebulama subjects babo babashisha mubusha. And in the present day, we have a caliber of such leaders in Africa. Number, you know what? A wrong will never be right. It might take 1,000,000 years to fix a problem here 400 years ago. Kuno, you see what happened. Floyd Jones bamuchitirenshi. Uliabaipe Floyd John. Mulandwa problem we had there 400 years ago to chilitulerwa na yena. We are still fighting the battle of 400 years ago. So now this is why it is important to celebrate Ibrahim, because there was a break in transmission. Kuno kuma Americas, kuma Europas, feba fitenkanda, we are fighting. But your ancestors were as slaves. Some of them are still living and giving testimonies. Grandparents America. Some of the people who had their grandmothers or grandfathers working muma plantation stories no kulira so balirida.
endi kuno bara tukalipira n'okutukalipira okweba ti ifwe fwe bakwata ama direct routes fwe bafuma kwati nefinefo na bara tukalipira kwa ti nishi mule chita because nga walolesha kuno kwa America abantu obaletere mu macheni their lives are much better than if fwe bashala ku Africa. If fwe bashala ku Africa intongolo shesu shafinta enkandanga ifwe eshire tuchita oppress ero na imwe some of you are there ukula supporta intungurushi ukula nyanzira abantu babo. That's why we are celebrating Ibrahim Traore ukobati spirit yabuka, the spirit of our ancestors yabena Kwame Nkrumah bose badya abena Gaddafi na ibuka abena nina Sankara na Ponga nina nishi now. If you are if you are not celebrating, if West Africa, go and study your history. You need to go to a history class. You need to connect with your ancestors. If you are not celebrating if West Africa, kaviye mkusambira history. Kasambira history. Because if ilelengo kwebati imwe mule kalipira ifwe fwe bale celebrate freshika kulia kuma West Africa ni ignorance. Because we muntu alipata fia mano 5 senses. This is a big thing, which is the whole world has been waiting for. Like Don Oscar said, kuma Italy uko. Tebonse aba mukunyantirira abantu no. Kuno kwa America uko twaba tebonse aba nyantirira abantu. In fact, most of the strides which have been made is because they stand with the black people to fight this struggle. So you are fighting with a black oppressor to keep the people oppressed. We say no to it. We say no to your ignorance. Ignorance is free. Now, I just say ignorance is free. If you're under, so you can decide to be umupuba. No kulalumba nyabantu abalenyanti abantu babo. Filefechika ku West Africa umuntu kuti afisusha. If West Africa is going back, we need to reset Africa to our independent. Icharo chonse. Any country in Africa, if they control issue mefiachiko. Tatule kana basungu kutibaisa. Let us make a business deals that are going to benefit us. Effort to landa. Abasungu bad advanced, yes. But if you are umuntu kuti aisapera abasungu balesende fyuma 0% tax mwe bantu bakwalesa mule supporta na kutu Burkina Faso bale bapera kwa cents for their ni uranium bale bapera ko to change number ifwe olokobo somebody who is in this day and age, a leader in this day and age, fully knowing ama hardships abantu balipita mu kyalo ekiri kyonse kuchyalet assigna abantu kula sende fyuma free of charge na tuishiba. We are not their entanglements, but if you have entanglements chawama you step aside ingana ukwata entanglement, step aside and let people without entanglements to negotiate and lead, because we are not going to sync with you and your entanglements. No, we are not. Entanglement your way. We are not going to die. You are not going to kill
abantu abena Zambia mlandu wa my entanglement yobe. The best thing is ukubika omuntu uli clean. That's why kubikira faso mule mulata kwa abantu abakwati basala. Why tabasalire abakote ku Burkina Faso. Because bali kwata my entanglement. So babula fi akamwa akali clean. Bali kalole shapa kukabika pokali akamwa ichikali. Baka chaka takakwete entanglement kali kwata courage takakwata omwenso elo kutika landa elo kali ba focused elo kali temwa abantu baisa fa tubike pwakakini echo bakabikirepo nomba imwana mkwata ma entanglement mulei tuntumba inena la tungulule chalo na ma entanglement echo nomba mlefa mtwalafu ila mwana ma entanglement yenu. So step aside. Ama entanglement yenu ngana ya fulisha. If abena azamba tatua formula wa ma entanglement yenu. Step aside. Mubike kwa abaka yeli. Mubike kwa fresh blood. Somebody who is not entangled. Effort to live. Why? Nape pali ya shabo Burkina Faso. Now we have this issue of PF. PF naena. It's good they have connected, but we don't want problems. Already, if it's Muchalo is because PF there was all this confusion, and in the infighting of PF, Abana Babale Tungula took advantage. Look at where the country is. So we thank God. Now Muchari concerned about PF. Please, we need you. Imilopa Shabena Zambia, 20 million people. Their lives, they are hanging on PF. You are the only hope for now. Where PF, and why I say PF, because we don't want an experiment. We don't want experimental leadership. At least for the next term, let us go with PF so that they can fix what has been broken by this current government. And then Donoska, there's this whole thing about the lies between you know, the Catholic Church and the government. And I want to comment to say, how can we have a land of lies? We can't rule a country on lies. We have a guest that have managed to join on Facebook. We can't rule the country on lies. Vakona Yanga, Ileka Nokumichta add. It's saying unable to add you, Vakona Yanga. I don't know why. But welcome my guest there. I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon, and then you guys can give your take. Vakona Yanga, maybe you can try to come on TikTok. Ileka Nokumichta add on Facebook. So we are talking about the PF and Ibrahim, and now I'm talking about the lies. We know Burkina Faso, they are they are proudly calling themselves the land of honest people. And what do we call ourselves? This has to change. There's too many lies happening, coming from government officials. We cannot run a government on lies. Look at what is happening to Munia Zulu. He was sentenced #1 because of defamation, whatever, and now they are sentencing him for sedition. How fair is that? Where is the justice? If one person tells a lie, who is a member of parliament is thrown into jail, and government officials under this government, they're telling lies every day and walking free. What is this now? So I end here. I think that is my submission. Comrade on Facebook, welcome. You have any comments? You can be the first.
evening, madam.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for joining.
Unfortunately, I don't have power. There is no power. So
problem. We know the situation over there. Yeah.
Na ikaba ifintu tafiri wino hapa. Otherwise, ba UPN it's a one-term government. It's better the one term we never bombere polimo bafumepo. Because it is too much of bitterness. Na ipitirira sana bitterness. But if it seems like they want one part state. That's what they want. And we are happy that the PF has come back. They have reconciled, which is a good thing. Nachuama. Chemwe bantu techi tule kumbirwa ko mufyalo fimbyo fubale afubeka tana abantu abano nonti fyakula konkera ama party ambe na ama ludi na opposition fyakula konkana tafire moneka bwino inembe tati ni bachizale akaisa fe konse pakafina abazala kaisa fe konse pakafina abazala instead babombere bafe ama promises balaire, but they have failed. This time they can't even talk about the promises that they made. They can't talk about it. Anyone who oppose in police uli onzo walanda kofi ni mu police wali onzo walanda kofi bakave mu police apamanja pakukala bafe manje kuikala fezi mama pumulo nga watulande kukonka, which is not a good thing, and that's not the reason why we voted our president Mr. Kainde Chirema. We voted him to change kumona kokwe bati fintu fyachitashani fyachinja, but change this time up, because what they are not realizing is that when they arrest Munia Zulu, for example, they arrest Munia Zulu, it means they have arrested as well. Them they are not understanding to say baikato chimoti ni baikato mfyashpangana abamu ikato mfyashpangana abana bala affected. They say if you are not infected, you are affected. So tabale tontonka nyo ukutontonka nisha kwa abantu alaba mpotere uli omuntu takuti bena kama ofye bachitachivo for balefwa. And I'm happy that the opposition have come together, which is a good thing. So opposition abaire fwa kaveka tane noti fya kutintana babombere pamo babombera pamo noti fya kutati balero lesha awe problems are some leaders in Ocean Apata Coffee, they are stingy of leadership. They just want to be it is just about them. Just about them, not about to ambia. So chirepo kwa mama pumulo imwe na lupati mwalipanga party yenu. So I think you are the best person like to advise these people, because we don't want this system kwa internal language like misunderstanding everywhere. It means that you are showing your weaknesses to the UPND, and the UPND, they will be happy. So the best way is internal language, but they are dealing na family amwene happy te for fin nonti ya isa kunse ifyo tukayapantanshi shishibe imbi na nkani shishibe fimbi ofo ninga kwata fyo kulandapo yashira CDF up to now 4 consecutive budgets. We don't see anything. Nga walolesha muma areas, for example, I'll give an example, Lusaka. But PF bali bombera about 85%. Mama pumulo ngaira moneka CDF win. Ushenga ni pesa aba Lusaka. Nganira ine ama budget bafumi. Ama budget aba fumia. Ine CDF ngafita baranda tema million na afuma. Bushe tuwakano kumona game changer mnani kani Lusaka mama pumulo.
Concept, because it's a lot of money ibalunda CDF. Nimpie shingana.
Shingimpia shafuma, but CDF taimoneka. But they could 1/3. For example, in Lusaka, Why should they build it my 1x3 to my classes? Although in government they don't even think about price control. Takwaba. Ama prices in ngare apa mu takuli tontonganisha abantu bale survive. How are they surviving? Takuli. They don't think about us. How much we are regretting, honestly speaking, we are regretting. We are regretting. They have made us suffer. We have gone through a lot. Awe opona chiranda kwapya ti sharing eko mama pumulo na totera sana pali opportunity.
Awona totera mwira tina nokulanda kuti tulelanda efo balekanya ninsere omusalula omufi no nefya kulala kalaka. But we are free to talk. We are free to talk. Let's just be respectful, because Zambia, we are a signatory to the Human Rights Constitution. Yes, yeah, we have a freedom of expression, and the only thing is inside the shadi fula. So ngawatu kanabala. Yes. Inside the shadi fula.
Ma apopele panzele mama pumulo hapo. Walaisa sangati waku UPND aretu kanensere. Tawa mwikate. Where is the balancing of justice up?
That's why wale ya mu 2026, because nangu munia zulu kanaba kaka for kubepo bufi. But then wale bepo bufi every day. Eh? They are
Ngamalore ochido.
They are issuing seditious statements. They are lying every day. They are sleeping mumayanda. Nomba mwana munia zuluria. Mwana wako ifyaira bambi my great grandfathers niba shukuru bakwa munia kuchi bakaka munia shuwa instead bamuleke bamuchitena nkani from case number 1 to number 2 and then from there you work with the youths. Whom are you fooling?
And to the same supply, the same case ya munia zulu, the same case ya unankani ba president Sabo Imbolera. Same case. He was fined.
The case Yakwasa boy, it was more on private issue, which is even more sensitive. I don't want to talk about it. I'm talking about my cases, because Ukulanda Parliament for Health Yamuntu is more serious than Ukulanda Fiatio if you have corruption charges. You know. Why couldn't Muntu find? Why, if you have never find Savoy Imboyela, why couldn't they find Munia Zulu? Why Munia Zulu have to say the year? Pick up on a sedition.
The main reason is they just want to get that city. That's the only reason. There is no other reason.
People are walk now. Believe me, if the election will be free and fair, UPND will not win any seat. This is my opinion. Tulelanda takutino kulanda. Tualipelensa ya kulanda. Kuliumbiwa chinje bachi fiulelanda wakakukaka. Have you verified what you are saying? And I said you cannot verify an opinion because this is what I think. How can you verify We must know the law and know how to defend ourselves when we get attacked. Because they will attack us and say things to us to silence us. They will say things to intimidate us into silence.
Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Yeah. So no bunga bala irati bakabwesha obunga na bwena bafire twachita verify. Fiyo bara ndiko bati bakabwesha naye natuchite verify.
Verify your fact. How can we verify their promise? You cannot verify.
Bare pita ko ma communities bamo na abantu of bare ikala bamo na bu pressing abo because this time ngabantu fya bene na ba president kabali bebera ati let's stop the issue of praising Mr. President. People are suffering.
Speak the truth. An opinion does not need verification because How can someone come in your brain and verify if you're already tontonkanya? So do not be silenced. Do not be intimidated into silence by people who are going to throw these crazy questions to you. So I think just come to TikTok. So come to TikTok and then you can join. I don't know how much you join up. You were lucky, but once ide kanokuba later.
So this is TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok is
okay.
To join only once to join, but Facebook katwishifi chitika. Don Oscar, the floor is yours. Me, I think I've said my part. You know, this Munia Zulu thing is really annoying. The injustice on Munia Zulu is annoying. And now we have the good thing is PF now actually reunite. So like Humanalandi, they were PF mulelaka, but keep your disagreements out of the public domain. People, we are hoping in a PF to take back government in 2026. I am speaking to PF because they have been in government. In PF, they have experience. But some of the people that you are in alliances with, they don't have the experience to run a country. So I think PF should be the bigger person and show us how it's done. I'm just asking about PF to lead the way because they were in government. They are the biggest opposition, actually the biggest political party, the biggest opposition, the biggest political party in Zambia. They have formed government before. You are seasoned politicians by PF. So people, we are depending on PF. Me, myself, I'm depending on PF for those reasons which I've stated. We are a peaceful country. I know people are saying, so we are not supporting how they came into power. Zambia is a peaceful country. Tature support uyomulumende sho aishilepo power. But to support emiri esho alebomba aletede live kwa bule mifidayo. You keep dreaming. It is my opinion. You are monga. It is my opinion and respect my opinion. Na opinion you bengana wikwata. Yobe. We like some kulanjeva opinion yobe to discourage me and many other millions of Zambians who are hoping that PF can come back because we don't want an experiment in 2026. But Edgar Lungu, his vision was similar to Ibrahim Traore. He empowered people. Even if he was not, some things were not perfect, but we hope that by ECL is in an alliance, he can learn from what is happening in West Africa, in the Sahel region. We want the government that will come in 2026 to learn from what is happening in the Sahel region, not how they got to power, but what they are doing. They're living without promises or lies, making a name as a country of honest people. What are we making a name for? If I know today, answer me. You are Hamonga. What name are you making for Zambia right now? Wonder Hamonga, from where the way things are happening and the way you have run the country, PF can bounce back because people were eating under PF. It's like me na kano mulume wandi kunona opa kuchupo chanyu mulume wandi alengu ambo kunguma kuno kuchupo chanyu anchitami street. You know what? Kutna bula fya kachona chama na wera mokuli at least tabale nguma. I'm a problems yona pitirebo yaliko better than if inde pita mumono. Epo bafikira abena Zambia, to be honest. Go ahead, Don Oscar.
We just have to remember Hamonga, what President Hakainde Hichilema said. Hamonga, you can judge yourself. You are going to judge your president. You yourself, you will judge your president. President Hakainde Hichilema said, when the government fails to change the problems of the nation, the people have to change the government. Okay, when the government fails to solve the problems facing the people of Zambia, the people have to change the government. And I quote President Hakainde Hichilema. So I don't know, it's not my responsibility to understand whether the president was saying the truth or whether he was telling the lies. This I don't know, but this is what he said, he mentions. And so, Hamonga, you yourself, you can judge by your own wisdom. If we follow our leaders, we listen to our leaders, and we judge. The Zambian people has the authority to judge their leaders after they put them in power. They listen and they wait for the wait. They are doing their job. And if they qualify, they are given a second mandate. If the leaders have failed to answer to the problematic and to the challenges of the Zambian people who are the bosses, they go back to the polling offices and they cast their vote to change the government. I repeat, Hamonga, President Hakainde Hichilema said, when the government fails to solve the problems of the citizens and the Zambian people have to change the government. It's just as simple as that. And I quote what President Hakainde Hichilema said. Now, I want to come to this story of Ibrahim Traore. Yesterday, I've been listening to many conversations indeed on this young man. And some of them, of course, is what I think you read on Facebook, some of the comments on Facebook. Ibrahim Traore was a soldier. He took maybe by force the leadership in Burkina Faso. And I was listening, and then I went back to listen to the history of salvation, which I read in my theology studies. I came up with a name. The name is Cyrus. He was a king. Cyrus was a king, and he was not a Jew. He was a pagan. He was not a Jew as a believer, but he was just a pagan. Now, under the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, Israel were taken into slavery for the second time. You know that Israel they were slaves in Egypt for the first time. They were freed by Moses, and they entered the promised land. When they entered the promised land, they started forgetting about their God, and they started following idols and fake gods. So God has to leave Israel to go back into slavery for the second time. This time they were taken as slaves in Babylon under a king which was called Nebuchadnezzar. Terrible king, terrible. Was very powerful king by that time. So when the Israelites, they went into Babylon as slaves, God has to bring up a young man who was a pagan, and the name was Cyrus. So for some of the people who loves to find out whether what we are saying is the truth, we are going to cite the prophet is called Isaiah. You can go and find out this beautiful story. Prophet Isaiah chapter 41. You will read that Prophet Isaiah chapter 41, you read that chapter, the whole lot, about 30 verses. It's not very long, 30 verses. And I allow me to quote some of these things. What I want the people to follow me here is this. God makes wonders, and God can choose a person who, in the eyes of human beings, is a wrong person, but God can choose him to work wonders. Now, this Cyrus, I repeat, some of the people want the truth. Cyrus chapter 41, verses, I'll read from verses 1. The way is now, God is talking about, the prophet Isaiah is talking about this ray.
So Isaiah chapter...
Your voice, Pomolo.
Isaiah chapter...
41.
41, okay, say it. Okay, let me fix that. Okay, 41. All right.
41, yes.
Go ahead. I'm just typing it.
Yes. So Isaiah chapter 41, verses 2. We can go from verses 2. We read verses 2 and 3. Then we will go and read verses 25. So we will jump there. We will just read verses 2, 3. Then we go and we will jump and go and read the verses 25. And I read, "Islands, keep silence before me. Let the people renew their strength. Let them come forward and speak. Let us appear together for judgment." Islands, they were very far. This is a prophet Isaiah speaking. Verses 2. "Who rose from the east? Him that victory hails at every step." Isaiah is asking a question. Who? Who did bring? When he's talking about who rose from the east? Him. He's talking about the ray Cyrus. That victory hails at every step. Who presents him with nations, subdues kings to him? Listen very carefully. Who is the one who used this young man, Cyrus, to victory hails at every step? Who presents him with nations, subdues kings to him? Now, look at the comparison. This young man, Traore, who has given him power? Who is giving this young man power to subdue kings? This time we are not going to talk about kings. We are talking about presidents, powerful presidents, to subdue them. The young boy is refusing anything coming from all these presidents. So now the question
superpowers. Superpowers.
Superpowers. The boy is, so the world is asking questions. The question that the prophet Isaiah asked, thinking about this race, Cyrus, it's the same question that the whole country now in Burkina Faso, the whole Africa, they are asking same questions, Pomolo. They are asking, who has given strength this young man? How come this boy, how is he standing firm against France? How is he standing? He refused the invitation by Donald Trump.
Unshaken, confident. Pamenso so ngalelanda. Umwaiche. Ngalelanda. No smile.
Yes. Listen now, verses 4. Verses 3. He pursues them and advances unhindered, his feet scarcely touching the road. The young boy, he is pursuing them. Very strong. Verses 4. Who is the author of his deed? Who is the author of Ibrahim Traore's deed? If not he who calls the generations from the beginning I Yahweh, listen now, I Yahweh, who I am the first and shall be with the last one. I Yahweh, it's God who is making marvels in those centuries when Israel were slaves in Babylon. By UPND. Makamaka, teaching I want to a Catholic, by UPND a Catholic, come and learn something from here. Because some of you think that we just object without reasons. We are objecting because we know the story here. Verses 25, interesting again. He says, I rose him from north to come from the rising sun. I summoned him by name. He has trampled the satraps like mortal, like a potter treading clay. Wow. That is verses 25. Go and read Mazambia Imwe. Read this parallelism between Cyrus the king, who liberated Israel from Babylon under the reign Nebuchadnezzar. Cyrus the king, and think about this young man, Traore. There is a very, very good comparison between these two. So now I conclude with these verses 25. Again, allow me to repeat it. I, Yahweh, rose him from the north to come from the rising sun. I summoned him by name. This young boy was called Cyrus. Today, this young boy is called Ibrahim Traore. What God wants to do, it doesn't matter whether Ibrahim Traore is a soldier now. He's a young man of 37 years. He just come from Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is not even in Egypt, a big country, a powerful country with a very big and powerful military. Ibrahim Traore is from a small country. How come God is going to use this young man to perform wonders? This young man, Ibrahim Traore, do you know what he's doing in this country? He's building upstairs for its citizens. He has built construction industries for electric vehicles. He has bought tractors, industrial tractors for cultivation. He's going to give the people free of charge the tractors to use to cultivate the land. Third, Ibrahim Traore is making 5,000 kilometer roads network. If we're from Lusaka from Mondola to Lusaka, how many kilometers is that? How many is that in Dora Juro? Just one.
It's less than 500, I think, yeah?
500.
Yeah.
It's less than 450.
Mm.
Ibrahim Traore, umfweni mamuli 2 years. Next year, ni shapu ishomwaiche. 5,000 kilometers countrywide road network. The boy has constructed mobile hospitals. Mobile hospitals, nichi track. Fidatwa kwete fuma Zambia ti youth empowerment nefuma tanka fidya. Just imagine fuma tanka fidya fuma toa kwete wa Zambia youth empowerment. Olo mwabika ko hospital facilities kulichi tanka. Olo mwatwala kuma constituencies yonse bakwata. This is what Ibrahim Traore is doing. He has brought in trucks with hospital equipment, first aid, machinery to help the country, because Kamwabama hospitals, Mucharo, is not waiting for him to construct a big hospital. He has gone for emergency. What is an emergency, you bring in a container with all the facilities in the container, first aid, and you go and cure your citizens. A healthy country is a powerful country. A sick country like Mozambique, walanda lyonse ku hospital emitita kuli ukota kuli kulusaka emitita kuli nga balanda efyo abantu nga n'abalwala teeti balime abantu nga n'abalwala teeti babomba enkito omwayita Ibrahim munenefu ala ekitashi omwayita katwisinga disikulu nikwisayi oyo omwayiki nyana mpeshama. So that is the thing. Okay, mwamwana so imwe nomba pakayi na mwambo kulanda ati Mozambique nga twachita koti wala tuchita report if you talk about court no mana Bible. So lero nimi chita koti you can go and read Isaiah chapter 41 from verse 1 go to up to verse 25. This story wala imona wonderful story, beautiful story indeed. What we are saying is the truth, and it's not me who is speaking this. This was written by a very, very important prophet. This prophet is not Siawan, who is the prophet for UPND. This prophet is Prophet Isaiah. Prophet Isaiah from the Bible. Okay? Kind of the truth we want now. We are going to give you the answers according to the truth that you want, so that we see now who is who and who is saying what. So in a pari, if you are Ibrahim Traore, if you are for a little like Naram for a data, Namirate data,
biblical data. Biblical. Yes.
Historical data in where history. Umai choyo Silas, Infumu Silas, Wapusuise, Abana Irena Israel, Apanga Paginama Jews, Aba history Nava Ishiva. From the Re Nebuchadnezzar, terrible Re, who took them in Babylon for the second time until they were freed again. So if you know Africa, on anywhere, and you a child, the way never Sondero Sansa Mukire, Africa, Balefo, Quirula, Kumusha, we are still indirectly under the control of someone. We don't know who controls us because you have a secret. I have a secret.
Because if I reach the field, that's why it's hidden.
I have a secret. If you want to tell us, number you don't tell us.
They are entangled. They are entangled.
At the SMO Basainoko, I think Tatwaishiva. SMS Basainoko, Uko China SMS Basaina, Utubai Basana SMS, SMO,
MOU. Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. Yeah.
But you could have a sign MOU. No, Kuba sign MOU. Tatuishme for Mulemba Mo. Ngabulatueva kwa for Mulemba Mo. Alangu to support a comment. We can comment and we can help. But nobody tells us what you sign. Akamwa itika Ibrahim Kena Kalandi Fiati. God, Yavena Bukinabe. Uranium, Yava Bukinabe. Land, Yava Bukinabe.
Kuchaji na kwena na amena charge na wena na join. Did you see that on the news? The charge. Welcome, Josephs.
Oh.
Kuchaji na kwena to attack on my. If you attack Burkina Bay, you attack me. But charge na wena na baba pera. My French babako baba pera ma matching orders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ni Greater Awakening IHTK.
Ninkondo ya chirungamo, ninkondo ya chirungamo.
Yakwangale umuntu lesali bikenshita pafintu fyonse. Mukwaiba balishani ba priesti.
Mkwai mwaiseni. Honorable.
Praise God.
We appreciate your presence on this channel and your knowledge We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You are doing so much, Mama. Only God can actually repay you for the great work that you're doing for the nation of Zambia. God richly bless you. I just saw the man of God there. I told myself, wow, today is today. Really, this is a great awakening, especially for Africa and the African leaders. I'm sure, you know, this young man has raised the bar, you know, very high, that some people right now, they may not say it, but they are very much guilty, you know, they are very much guilty. Apolekere. Bantu, if it's chiriwo yumuntu, na you know balesanga ngefintu fye balesana bakuchita point takuba nokuchita struggle. He puts in place what you're gonna use to succeed, and this is the mindset that we've yearned for the long time in Africa. You know, it's a mindset that just says, me, it's for my people. That is what most of our leaders lack because of the entanglement. Iriabarela ndanga maikusha pa first kwali amashu ya lefu makwa ya plan that yo nga mulimu opposition mkwae mufire mwakwata ukulumbula abale mchitafandi baishirikwa. But for some reason, most of us are like voters. We don't pay attention to these things. I think mostly because we feel they do not have a bearing, but they have a bearing actually 100%. A person that funds you will determine how you are going to be ruled. And for the longest time, we've actually dwelt in that, unfortunately. But what this man has done, this fire that has started, trust me, it's not just ending there. I see some people really shivering, and most likely a lot of people, those who claim to have been democratically elected, are likely to lose power. Are likely to lose power, not because, you know, there is an uprising, people are becoming violent. No. It's just the voices of people that will just sweep through, that are actually sweeping throughout the continent. You can see the Caribbean. This is amazing. Yesterday, actually, I was emotional watching those, you know, protests going on around the world. It was just like, wow, this is Mother Africa. Africa is a mother continent to all the continents. Africa has fed, has built all the nations that are great today. Africa has been the food basket. Africa has been the heart of civilization in the world. And seeing what is happening today, this is indeed God moving and saying, it is possible. For a long time, Africa, you've cried. For a long time, though you are rich, you have been made to beg. Though you are rich, you've been made to go to hospitals without medication. Though you are rich, you've been made, you know, to walk naked. Though you are rich, you've been made to cry. Though you are rich, you've been made to sleep on the street. Though you are rich, you've been made to be bound in chains. This is your season, and this is our season. And those leaders who will not go by what is happening, the wind that is actually blowing, are going to fall off the way. Those that are entangled, yabalanda ati kalubomi na kumone chimpukusa eile chitike. Gabaya mkunukulo wa mumpanga kwali wechi yechibowe chikalamba chikolowa vachita mchikolowe tuchibemba ngawaya baya mkunukulo wa bulya tabanu kula fye yo bantu mukati mulafisa manensoka so kuma bo ngemo iri yafuira popeni. And this is what is taking place in Africa. This young man, God has used him. This is, for me, all I'm seeing is just the hand of God at work. You can imagine how how many times this man has, escaped the
18 times assassination. 18
assassinations. Imagine
18.
Umaka ya muntu teti fichitike kanofibufa ewabalesa. We have seen people, in the first attempt, they are gone. But this man, he is the voice of Africa, and we thank God because it is a young voice. Irepunda na maka, kayana kayo, irepunda na maka, and everyone has heard. Nuisa wood, they say aba icheve na mafaya kubika fie, muma pocket bana mkuchirisha, wena kura enshama benzi, but this one has shown it that awe imiti kulechi nechine empanga, and we are here today. Is shaped the African modern politics, I'm calling it.
New era is a new era politics. New era politics in Africa. Yeah.
New era.
It's a new era of politics.
Absolutely. Bantu first. Not in a.
Yes.
But this hurts. How do people sleep at night? Now, for abantu balefa kupatala takuli mitifi imamba machini bamu makansa tabali sala tabiyabomba wala sendem pia watwala na ku offshore wala ala notulo mairo wai maulera ndano kulanda nebo ntwalika ni wapali kwani
mukamvotere na mu 2026 Are you going to exhume the dead bodies that are dying because of your bad governance?
Mwaliberengere potata kabuku kamchiwemba tishikarume kalionso munda bunda wachunsu bala kwena ndela ndapechishinka nalilaba
Ever to the fire, we want men of integrity. No, it's a human. Yes.
You may not be perfect.
Yes, we are human. We can forget. Sorry,
yes. That's what integrity is. We watama ulabeja yayo language ayo eya tuletelele.
When you see you like you are invisible, you are perfect. Honest people, they always apologize.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We all stand to be corrected. No one is perfect.
Yes.
They go and hide.
Uwafia baba nensu nitabakwete.
They are not there umuntu yonse alikuwa tensoni.
Filumbo kuitakisha echo fikosele. Bale satabalu fienyeli ntubapangire chalo cha Zambia babika abantu imitumbi ya pusana pantu balishire ati aba mukwikatana emo bengera pantanshi tababikira amano yonse muntu moyo. Bafire baumfako ku bantu lida olwonse afira umfwefirira abantu ngaumfa ukuhunga bushupire umbyale punda soti waishiba ule umfwa efo firo kuchitawo kuba soti ukubunga au kubalefo enama. When you are a leader like that, leading a nation like Zambia must be easy looking at the resources that we have. Tujila itiria tuwa kwetege yali nuhoti keke yanga yali sova ma problem ayendi. No mbagu kaitemwe. Iria rodi.
Awe yena wakarando kubatwara. Wakaranda takwaka.
Nishita.
Awe kese nshita. Wakarando kubatwara. Pantu uria Kelvin Mukuka Naumbi Deputy National Chairperson Uaba UPND Badi vekata mu prison kurakulwa kurakulya badi babikire mukaliati nishuwa babikire mukaliati pantu katushiba mbina na mumwibukisha uli abeshibike ubishijeko ulia mdala ulia katushinga ni mukungani ngani shova ngani nani uwadi ni wa ninkonkani yakwa liswaniso ali ninkonkani yakwa liswaniso Kelvin na uli ali ninkonkani yakwa liswaniso baile kulwakula kulya oko bale chita oko bale chita survey sujilite kumulumendo ati wafumine ku Vietnam amashina wale landa ati katushinga wakuma ku Vietnam nga katushinga ali mu India
mu Chinese
katushinga mu Chinese nga waku Vietnam kwena but yego yadili ashijali ati
watu wako India
kwena
okay
so yashijali ati ulya Kelvin no munankwe baya kuliyo baya landa ati awo tulefa atu tuingire mu bulamu yewe wakita sabe bantu ifwe bali tuwebe ebyashati sojira itirafuma mulete shawino we ilidi ashina liliko mkende sana anti basabe katono kubeka tefo baba bikire kula kumukushi ku prison baje bantu baja balanda na fiafro sama shibara ndiri bonse twali umfwa bali pundira amashiwaye njaya aya kalamba Ebyo babe katire munando wakuba tubaye kuisha ubuteko twaisa no mbaba yupende mu buteko turefo kuyingira ko kuryoko mwabika amasonja twali umfatu mwinja je kwaba no mukuba ulafuma mwaye mukisha iliri asho munando mume ubutashi ubona bikabwera uyawire Kelvin mukuka tukamwitanga witness Kelvin witness ko tukamweba nifi nishuba kukakire munani kane mupolisi seo Kelvin chinshi bakutwalire mubasero alishwa no mwino mulanda apa kuti chawa Kelvin ngaole umfwa so tushimikire kweli yeli ashitwalishwa iwe no mbango bo UPNB no mbanga uletisha Kelvin ili yashitu washimikira kwa abantu anyway conclusion yakuru bati nani kane sujira itoko yaba kwa yali kulwakula But 2021, 2022, I'm very sure. Eko yali kulwapula. Lelo muri onumwaka nga balanda tiyali pwa. Tukepusha ulio mu Indiani, tukepusha Kelvin, tukepusha na ulio baikatire. Aleni londolone.
I did a debrief research on Sujilite and the formation of Sujilite. Because it is there, because everything is scientific, right? So they say yeah, so that is actually scientific that is the stone, that is how it is formed. I did my research. Actually, you know, parapene apa manganese panshi. So we can even Google it, how Sujilite is formed. I actually Googled Sujilite, and then when I Googled Sujilite, there was information on how this stone is actually formed and the uses. So Sujilite here now.
Kamwaya kuchifuna uli kulya mwaya kuchifuna uli mulesanga kulya kwaliba yempanga yonse ilya kwaliba manganizi.
So, manganese, Sujilite okoili.
It's there.
Yes.
We have manganese. Ukwambira fiepa mukushu kuya kunta serenje also.
So, yeah. So, kulalanda tiyo ya lipwa, they just want people to stop talking about it. Because these mines are in a people mood.
One of the things that UPND have been good at is to silence people.
Yes.
And do it without shame.
I know.
Right? They don't care. They'll find a way where they'll just make people to be quiet. Our is strategically positioned. You see, province by province.
They use the police. So that's the problem. They use the police.
And the cyber law, like right now, look at what is happening to the cyber law.
Yes.
You know?
So what they do is they use the police so that people, you cannot, because if you start speaking, then they will use the police on you.
But it's not even the police. Welcome, Bazedman. We are not Benjamin. We are not ignoring you by Ken Soko. So the topics we are talking about, of course, this will be Ibrahim because this has come as a Messiah, if I can call it that. Okay, question, yes.
But Joseph, sorry, I've interrupted you, Mr. Joseph. So sorry.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Thank you. So Nachlandati, I quoted chapter 41 of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 41 from verse 1 to 25. Now, I found another chapter 45. That one was chapter 41. This is now chapter 45. First verse. Bible, you can follow it. I went to fire my facts. I'm facts, government in the facts to Alambo Bible had got the fiancé, and the Bible had got the fiancé. So, number moon for what is happening. The question is this: if Ibrahim Traore Musoja, number why is God blessing on my choice? So, number twice I sang a number quotation, twice I sang a Kalifa Bible. And this is the Isaiah I quote. Chapter 45, verses 1, going forward. Thus says Yahweh to his anointed, to Cyrus. This is the guy we are talking about, Cyrus. He was not a Jew, he was a pagan. He was not a Jew, he was a pagan. He became a king. And he went to liberate Israel from Babylon under the heavy hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. So now, look at what he said. Thus says Yahweh to his anointed, to Cyrus, whom he has taken by his right hand, to subdue nations before him, and strip the loins of kings, to force gateways before him, that their gates be closed no more. So God gives Cyrus the power to start even fighting now those powerful kings, so that he can go and liberate Israel, who was a chosen people for God, so that Israel can come back from Babylon to go back to Palestine as free people. God continues, I will go before you, he's telling Cyrus, levering the heights. I will shatter the bronze gateways, smash the iron bars. I will give you the hidden treasures. Listen, it's like God is speaking to Africa today through this young man. Look at what he's saying. I will give you the hidden treasures, the secret holds, that you may know that I am God, and the God of Israel, who calls you by your name. It is for the sake of my servant Jacob, of Israel, my chosen one, that I have called you by your name, Cyrus, conferring a title through you to not know me. Oh, no, listen, conferring a title, though you do not know me. Oh, this is very beautiful. Cyrus did not know the God of Israel, the God of Jacob, the God of Isaac. But God chose Cyrus to do wonders, to help God and liberate Israel. I am Yahweh and revealed. There is no other God besides me. Though you do not know me, he repeats, God repeats, though you do not know me, I am arm you, I give you power, I arm you, that men may know from the rising to the setting of the sun that apart from me, all is nothing. My goodness. Gentlemen, this chapter, share in your platforms. If you want to talk about what is happening to Ibrahim Traore in Africa, this is the beautiful chapter 45 of the prophet Isaiah. I repeat, this is not like a prophecy one. No, this is a real prophet called Prophet Isaiah, speaking about Cyrus, the servant of God, who did not even know the God of Israel. But Cyrus, a king, was used by God to liberate Israel, his people. Let God use Ibrahim Traore to open the eyes of the presidents in Africa. They have been sleeping too much. Let God open the eyes. Use this young boy, Ibrahim Traore, to wake up the presidents from slumber. Too long. They have been excusing themselves always. No, we want money from IMF. We want money from the World Bank. This boy doesn't want money from IMF. He doesn't want money from World Bank. He is using the money which is coming from Burkina Faso because God has entrusted that country with the riches. Zambia is very rich. Gold.
Richer than Burkina Faso.
Yes. We don't need 1.5 billion of IMF. We don't need it. We have it under gold in Kasensere gold mine. We have it under Lufwanyama diamond mining. Lufwanyama, to get 1.5 billion, it's nothing. It's 1 month only, 1 month job. If what I'm saying is not true, give me Lufwanyama, what is this minerals they
Emerald. Quite yellow gold. There is yellow gold over there.
Give me Lufwanyama gemstone mining for 1 month. Give me to me. I get everything which comes from Lufwanyama. We solve the problem. It's very simple. The boy Ibrahim is doing it. I feel ashamed because I'm older than him. I feel ashamed.
Mwana wakwifyalira ulya. Mwana ero abanyama African leaders muchishikururwa. He's a great grandson. Yo abasebanya.
President wa Israel bakunanika baku Nigeria. Bamdala bana bakote bali.
Niba great era mwitia tuwaera mwipai. Bamuteya tuwaera ipai omwana wabo.
So, thank you very much. The Law National 5 to evidence. By UPND, where is the evidence? This is the evidence. Go and read.
Biblical.
Chapter 45 of the prophet Isaiah. Read it and reflect on it.
It's so accurate.
Wonders.
That is so accurate. Like I'm lost of words because that prophecy really speaks exactly, directly, and accurately to Ibrahim Traore. This is what God can do. And you've just basically opened my eyes, and I'm now seeing it from a perfect perspective. Thank you.
Thank you. Who is next? Vazedman, Vanot, Nivaken Soko. Vaken Soko, you can go then in Vanot, Vazedman, Mwala last. Before you come in Vaken Soko, I saw something online. Some Alabantu Valelanda Imwe, Kuli Abantu Valelanda Pali Ibrahim. But someone didn't quote the Bible like you did. Someone just made a comment like this man has united all the Muslims, the Christians, and there are special terms they use to identify these classes of religion. So this, I should have taken a screenshot. But this guy was like, whoa, if this is because in society, different peoples have got different religions. In Africa, money. Kwaliwa Muslims, kwaliwa Catholic, kulinama pagans, but everyone is rallying around. And this is a belief to say we only have one God, even if we have different religions. That's why abantu bonse bale mukonka, because lesayo mutira anoint. So I can soko, the floor is yours. Otherwise mandini nga wafingirira mosala no mubiri uleyenda we wale tuishika chilesa taba koko abalesa. Because how can this happen? This is a journey of 400 years. Tayambire lero journey. Yambire liya ama ancestors besu. Bambiro kushtisha, bambiro kushtisha ama subjects ya went to slavery. This is how deep this journey goes. Ababa ma entanglements bare ponena mofi. Because somehow kufisendo basenda lesali firu kuba bombi. Somehow ero tuwale basala tuwale mona kwati dimbiresa eba David bamba muchalo chesu. But because if you basenda fiafina lesa firu kuba bombi baponena mo
Panono fema mampumi. Before, sorry, I'm not taking too long, just a quick one, before I lose my thought. This, I want to buy he was lied to say, do this, we are going to do this. 14 hours, shani, bali babepa. Because they just saw to say, here we don't even need to spend money, we are just going to get. And this is what happened with our man.
But efo tulenda kwati lesanga lefo kukubumfya bali abantu nga bali iminina kutu wakana mwamona inga ififine uyu mwai chena inali kana natumfuati 18 attempts pamweo wakwe 18 bale filwafye nombe chintungurusha mu Africa ngasha lesewa shisalide why katechiba chite behave if you behave kamwa ichaka because lesanga na kwata mission pa life yobe ala na kwata balanda shan God will see you through whatever he brings you to. Akaka mwana aka nono na kena bali sana ma story batikare kana bayesha 1 to 18 bakasendi omwewo but lesale kachingirira mwamona so na babe na intungurisha mu Africa na shena bera tabakwete courage tabakwete na wisdom bali no. So that's why baponena momudia muine mu dungeon but bonse all these leaders in Africa because banda tileseo salemfumu pakupero obufumu God has a hand in it but when you sit on that chair efile balanda ati power corrupts. It's not power corrupts, it is your mind and your intentions will corrupt you, which means you were not honest. That is what will corrupt you. Is a mapange when if you're take power. Okay, if power corrupts, in the Ibrahim, corrupt power because he has a good intention and in a pure heart. We should not excuse failure and bad intention to or excuse it and say your power corrupts. Power don't corrupt. Power exposes your true heart, what you believe in. When you have the power, that's when people will know who you really are. Because with the power, you can abuse people. Abantu, power comes naturally with the grace of where everybody's respecting you. Mama, intungurush, amasoja bale kusalutira, whatever. But if you are a man of your true intention, you shall respect those people who gave you that power. And this is where we have a problem in Africa. Because people, the leaders we choose, they don't have true intention. Once they sit pamupando, that's when we see their true colors. Ibrahim Traore, we have seen his true colors. Naba Musadide, he was not the only soldier, but leaders bari kalabamona character yakwe. Kumuntu in the human eyes, they thought he would make it. But when they put him there, spirit na character, yasumilishanya na will of God. That's why he is working. That's why the whole country, the whole world, ile mrumbanya. Efila balandati, lesa take kiyokufuma mumulu to show that unilesa. You shall know them by their fruits. So Uriah Ibrahim chimona lesa ikira. That is a manifestation of God. But God has been raising leaders in Africa. But then the intentions of these people, they are different from how God wants to use them. Number one. Aba umiaba kuruba kurufe kula sebana fe na ba sebana. This is bloodless, it's spiritual. Because Burkina Faso at morning. Go deep, a papa chip no punch here, pari gold that you are sitting on gold, you are sitting on money. If you have your wicked pofianch. Kenny, you can take it away. We can talk all day, all night. But it's to learn that don't be cheated. Power does not corrupt. Power exposes the true intention of somebody. It doesn't corrupt. But you see, never song for extra behave. If he's a millionaire, he will adopt a charity. I say Africa to adopt one. Or if he think and but to let you Africa na kwa tempia. Let Africa na kwa tempia. Pamush pamwakwe, palipitra na gravel road. But na kwa tama mansion mufial. Power doesn't corrupt. It just shows the heart of a person. And that's why some of these people, they had money, but they have a bad ending. They never even live to enjoy all the money they are stealing from their own people. People are dying because now even account, secret account, your offshore account. And people are dying because of that money you have taken to stash in a secret account. Yes, I'm done talking. So Vakeni Zulu, go ahead. Vakena, if you want to come in, you can request to join. Vaken, you can go ahead. I think we're gonna shut down.
No, Vaken is so cold.
Rimbina Balala. Madam